Hey everybody, Steve here for Who Took My Dice, Ultramarines Beyond, and welcome back to the channel. This is my October channel update. There's been a lot that's been going on in the background, really. I put out a video not long ago about choices, about using older models to represent newer units. And I'm going to be doing a full-on video about some other choices and why I made them and why I think we should all make them, but that's going to come later on. There's lots of other stuff before that. So first off, life stuff. I decided that my life wasn't busy enough, as it already is, and I decided to volunteer as a civilian instructor with the Navy League of Canada. So I'm doing that now. I'm at a branch, and I've already done one class already. It was nerve-wracking. I'm doing another one actually today, so that's fun. At the time of the shooting, it's a few hours from now. But yeah, that was one of the big lifestyle changes that I've had. So I've actually had to get back into getting comfortable wearing uniform again. I will be getting uniform. I haven't got it yet. I'm still waiting for all the background and security stuff to go through, which can take a while. But other than that, that's been exciting change. It's been nice. It's one of those things that I've decided to do, a choice that has allowed me to sort of get back into giving back to my community. I did that for many years. Time to get back to it. The other thing is I was, for a little while, struggling with coming up with an idea for my Halloween video. I'm going to be doing an annual Halloween video. I did 2 now. The first one mysteriously disappeared. I've talked about that. The second one last year was inspired by Darktide. And I had a unfortunate Mobian 21st Guardsman trying to survive against a small horde of poxwalkers. And I was really struggling. I don't want to repeat the same thing. The first one I did was an Imperial pilot trying to survive Necrons, and that was based on the Pariah Nexus stuff. And so I was struggling. I had no idea what to do. I didn't want to repeat, because that kind of gets boring after a while. It's a lot of fun to play these games, but they can get repetitive, and I don't want to do that. And so credit where credit is due. I talked to Wolf Brother Hobbies, Mythos, and he came up with a brilliant idea, and I've ran with that. So not to go into great detail, but the Gear Guts Odd Bruiser that he sent me, this beautiful chap right here, is going to be the main antagonist of this video. And don't want to spoil anything, but it does also require his special ability, which is going to make it very, evil and creepy and Halloween based. It's going to be using a blast template. Now, if you don't know what this is, I feel bad for you because this is awesome. If you do know what this is, you know how much fun these things can be. So this is going to be the results of one of his powers, but including this old thing. Now, I digress. I should say, if you don't know what this is, back up until 7th edition, well, 8th edition is when they get rid of them, you had these to show the area impact of things like big cannons, special powers, stuff like that, right? It was, you put it over top of models, and that's how you figured out what got hit. Now it's all gone to D6s, right? A blast will do D6 shots or D6 damage. This is what you use. You'd put above a model as such, and if it was on there or off it or what have you, you knew if it was hit. But also comes that is a scatter dice. Yes, a scatter dice and 2d6 dice, right? Scatter dice, you would roll it, and whichever landed on, so you have a bullseye there, a bullseye on the other side, and you have directional arrows everywhere else, right? And so when you rolled this, your blast either landed exactly where it was or would move in any direction, whatever you rolled on the d6. So that's going to be how this one power he has will work. I don't have an antagonist yet for the for the battle. I'm hopping around a few ideas, but I'll get to that when I get the video done. I haven't got there yet. So that's the next big thing. The Christmas video that I'm also thinking of, I do have something done for that. But I'm still trying to figure that one out too. I'm trying to work on that one and try and come up with a cool story. I had the one from last year where the Drukhari and Chaos fought, and then they ended up getting blown up by the mysterious gift giver, as I called him. So I've got sort of maybe the next step of that story in my mind coming along. So that's what's coming over the next little while. I also finally got a game in. It had been several months. Not the longest wait I've had, but it was nice to get them done. I had a game with my friend. He brought his Tau. I brought my Ultramarines. And it was an insanely fun game. I don't really know who won. We weren't really paying attention. It had both been a while for us. The summer had been busy. So we're just trying to make sure our heads were back in the rules. But it did have some great cinematic moments. And I love a game that has good cinematic moments, right? We had one where one of his big, I can't remember the name of it. Why can't I remember it? One of his big mechs stormed in on my Predator and just annihilated it almost with shooting. It had one wound left and then just tank shocked it to cause a mortal wound, blew it up. It felt like one of those images you see in the Codex, or one of those big mechs. I cannot remember. It's not the Ghost Keel. I'll remember it eventually after I'm done this. But it's just one of those images with just smashing through the tank with its fist, blowing things up. The other one was my drop pod landing, and my lieutenant, my stern guard, which were portrayed in this battle by my Tyrannic War veterans, Lieutenant Titus, and assault intercessors dropping down and charging out and wiping out his backline, which in this particular battle was two full-size Pathfinder squads that had been marking stuff and being basically nuisances. They came down and wiped them out. Took them one off the objective, took the objective, the other one got shot to pieces. It was perfect, just this drop pod smashing into the ground, Marines piling out and doing what Marines do best. It was great. Lots of cinematic moments, lots of fun, lots of crazy dice rolls. This is the kind of games I live for. I honestly we weren't really paying attention to who won. We're going to a local store. Their tables, they actually just added a new section of the store. They took over a storefront next to them. They're still working on getting proper sized tables. So we're still playing these smaller games where we can't do the full mission sizes as they were in the books or any other of any of the other missions you can find. So we're just kind of playing a 1,000-point game for now. We do have a new one going up. I'm actually going to be talking about that at some other later point. He's going to be bringing his Tyranids, and he's already promised to bring as many Gaunts as he can. So I'm thinking that this is the time to break out my Tyrannic War veterans. They haven't seen action as themselves in a long time, so I think maybe it's time for them and Cassius to come out. I have a lot of stuff that's great against NIDS. Aggressors, Infernus Marines, the Tyrannic War veterans. And I've already planned them out. They're going to be in a Razorback with Cassius. And their job is going to be big monster hunting. With their anti-Tyranid 4+, their special rules give them devastating wounds. They're going to be hurting big things quickly. And they'll be able to hurt the small stuff as well. But yeah, that's it for the update. I just want to keep everybody updated what's going on. And I hopefully will see you guys in the next video. I'm also going to be doing a bit of a different video because it's about orcs. And that's not normal on this channel, is it? We're loyal, staunch Imperial, fanatics over here. Ultramarine fans. But I did want to do something for October. I know there's a lot of orc fans out there. And I do have some orc models that do mean a lot to me, so I'll be seeing that very soon too. All right, as always, guys, keep rolling those dice, and I will see you later. Bye.